Today I have the keys to the all-new 2021 BMW X6 M Competition. Huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. Definitely check out their website, that will be down in the description. But this model here is finished off in black sapphire metallic, and it has an MSRP just under $123,000. But let's go ahead and jump into today's review by starting up underneath the hood, where you'll find the 4.4 liter twin power turbocharged V8. This is paired to the 8-speed Steptronic transmission. It pumps out 617 horsepower, around 6,000 RPM, and 553 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,800 RPM. This is all-wheel drive. It weighs in around 5,100 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, up to its top speed of 155 miles an hour. And with a fuel capacity of 21.9 gallons, you can expect to see around 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 117.1 inches. Its overall length is 194.8. It has a width of 78.9 and a height of 66.8 inches. With all of those specs out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the exterior walk around on the X6M. I'm gonna start up front with the adaptive LED headlights. What I really like about the design for this X6M is the fact that the DRLs and the turn signals are separate. They're both LED, of course, but the DRLs are nicely placed in a C-shaped design just underneath the headlight and the high beam. And then we have the turn signal up top. It's a really nice look within the housing itself. As we make our way to the kidney style grille, you'll see it's completely finished off in black just to tie in with the black theme of this vehicle. We have vertical slats that'll provide a lot of cooling to this engine. You can see there's some crossbars just behind it. We also have a forward-facing camera nicely integrated in the center, along with parking sensors that run throughout this bumper. You'll see the X6M badge on the right side there, and then we have even more mesh in the lower section of the bumper, providing a lot more aerodynamics and airflow. And there's a lot of awesome contoured lines that run throughout this bumper. It has a very aggressive design to it, and then up top we have some crisp lines that run down the hood. So I really like the front end presence of the X6M. But now that makes our way to the side profile. We have a staggered setup of wheels. They measure 21 inches up front and 22 inches in the rear. They have a very nice multi-spoke design to them, along with a two-tone finish. And of course, just behind that, you can see the M brake calipers finished off in blue, which give it a great accent against this black. Up top, this does feature a sunroof. We have power folding side mirrors with the turn signal, along with a camera underneath each one, which I'll show later in this video. There's also the X6M badge just behind the front tires, and we have very nice crisp lines running down the side profile as well. You can see the lower side skirt has some nice contoured lines to it. And then moving on to the window trim, you can see that is also blacked out as well, just giving it very nice design. We have some fender arches that add to that look as well. And then you can see it has a steeply raked rear glass, so it kind of has that coupe-like design to it, just giving it a really nice presence. And then that makes our way to the rear end. You'll see we have a lip spoiler. This also has LED turn signals, and you'll see they run the entire length of the housing, just making it look very nice. Of course, this has a backup camera with all of your parking sensors. You can see there's even more contoured lines in the lower section of the bumper. And then this also features the M Sport exhaust. Now it's time to jump to the interior on the X6M. With the vehicle locked and the key in my pocket, I'm just going to grab on the door handle. You'll hear it automatically unlock. And now looking at the door panel, you'll see it's covered in a lot of premium materials. There's black leather and tan leather as well. You'll see tan stitching running along the grab handle. It's down below. There's even leather on the lower section of the door as well. We have carbon fiber accents along with brushed aluminum. You'll see that on the release handle, along with the unlock and lock button on the back side. And then on the front side of that, we have all the memory seating adjustments along with the massaging features, and you can also adjust the passenger seat. You'll see the really nice hexagonal pattern with the tan leather just above that. It's also perforated. And then on the inside of the grab handle, we have all the window controls and the power side mirror adjustments. This also features a 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, and you can see there's a good amount of storage space in the lower section of the door. But now taking a look at the door sill, you'll see the X6M Competition badge, and then we have 20-way power adjustable seats. You can see they are finished off in a two-tone design. Of course, we have the black and tan leather, along with a suede-like material on the inner bolster. You can see more of that stitching. These are heated. Of course, it has the X6M badge, and they have the massaging feature, as I already mentioned, with all of your power adjustments down on the side. Looking at the steering wheel now, you'll see it's completely covered in solid black leather. We have the BMW color stitched on the inside of it, giving it a very nice design. Of course, this is heated. On the right side, you can see we have the volume along with the voice commands. You can also scroll through the radio stations by using these buttons here. They will also pop up on the heads-up display, so hopefully right now you can see I'm scrolling through different radio stations, which is very crystal clear to see. We also have some M buttons, so you have M1 and M2. These are basically customizable buttons, so you can set the vehicle up to how you would like it and just click on those buttons and it will automatically be set up. We also have the paddle shifters, which are finished off in a very nice color. And then on the left side, we have all of the cruise control and adaptive cruise control settings. Making our way to the left side of the steering wheel, you can see we have a little bit of a storage cubby down below. We have all of the headlight controls along with a dimmer switch. I also forgot to mention this has ambient lighting, so you will see that throughout the entire interior. We have more of the carbon fiber and an air vent. You can see the Harman Kardon speaker there along with a very nice Alcantara headliner. Just gives it a very nice touch. We have the heads-up display as I already showed. And then taking a look at the gauge cluster now, you'll see on the left side we have the fuel and your miles per hour, and then on the right side is the engine temperature along with the tach. And then moving from there, we have solid leather covering the entire dash, and then right in the middle we have the 12.3-inch screen. This is a touchscreen system, or you can use all of the controls down below. So you can see there's shortcuts to your media and home, along with your map and navigation. We have a rotary dial in the center, along with a back and option button down below. So right now we are on the home screen, so you can see the navigation along with the music and your phone. And then just by using on that rotary dial, I can go down to your phone so you can look at all of that information. We can pull up the navigation screen in full screen here, so that way you can see that. We can scroll down to car. This is where you can set up the vehicle and go through a lot of different settings. So going to the M menu, you can see M1 and M2, which are the red buttons that I showed on the steering wheel. Just by going into M1, this is how we can configure it. So you have the engine, the transmission, chassis, steering, braking, and DSC. So you can go through and change these from comfort or sport, and that way you can easily push that button and have this vehicle set up. You can even go into Sport Plus for the engine there. You can configure your heads-up display along with this panel as well. You can go into your vehicle status and check all of that vital information. And then you can also swipe on this home screen here. You have two other pages to look at. You have your setup, your engine data, your tire pressure, and then you can look at a compass, any local weather, and some other information. Very touch sensitive as well, so just by clicking all these buttons, it is very quick in where you need to go. Moving below that, you'll see a carbon fiber trim piece that runs throughout the entire dash, giving it a very nice combo with the brushed aluminum trim piece surrounding two air vents. And then up top, we have the intelligent safety. So just by going into this, you can configure it for your forward collision, your lane departure, and your active blind spot. So that's a nice shortcut to get to that. We have the hazards to the left of that, and then a small LCD screen right in the center. This is for the AC controls, so you can easily adjust your fan speed. You can also control the temperature, so it's very nice to be able to see that separate from the upper screen. And you have some more recirc and defrosters on both sides, along with the heated seat controls for driver and passenger. Just underneath that, you'll see some presets for the radio, along with the power and volume. Of course, we have more leather and stitching, just giving it a very nice design. And then right in the center, you can see carbon fiber surrounds everything, giving it a very nice touch. We have the X6 M Competition badge, and then just by pushing this up, there's a wireless charging port in the back along with the BMW credit card, so you can use this to replace your key if you're going somewhere like the lake or the beach and you don't want to carry your key fob. That's a very nice feature to have. Of course, there's a USB and a 12 volt, and then we have heated and cooled cup holders. So just by pushing on these buttons here, you can toggle between that. And then to the left of the leather wrap shifter, you can see the traction control button. If I push on this camera button here, that's a shortcut to pulling up the camera system. So you can see the rearward facing camera on the left side, along with the top-down view on the right. If I push on that button again, now we have a full screen view of the front facing camera. So that's very nice to be able to see. You can also just push on these two to get a good view around the entire vehicle, depending on what you'd like to see. We also have another forward-facing view with the guidelines and having the top-down view. This vehicle also has the backup assistance. This also has automatic parking, so that will help you with parallel parking, which is another awesome feature. You can turn on and off the parking sensors along with the engine start-stop feature. Of course, we have the engine start button right in the center. We have the M mode button, so basically this will allow you to use the paddle shifters. So when you click on that, it changes your RPM on both sides, and you can see what gear you're in right in the center. We have a setup button just armrest behind that, along with the exhaust note button. There's the auto hold assist, along with your electronic parking brake and a downhill assist control. And then looking at the shifter, you can see more of those BMW colors. The vehicle is currently in drive right now. We can go over to neutral, and then over and up is reverse. And then of course park is right behind that. And you can also adjust the transmission and how the vehicle reacts just by clicking on this dial back here. So there's a few settings that you can go through. On the right side is all of those buttons that I previously showed for that upper screen. Looking at the center armrest now, of course it's finished off in leather and stitching. If we just push this button in the front, it will automatically open up, and you can see a good amount of storage space. We can close these individually. Making our way to the glove box now, you'll see there's a lot of storage space there for anything that you need to place. And then we'll go ahead and take another look at these seats. I love how aggressive the bolsters are up top, and they have a very nice design to them. And then up top, this does have a full panoramic roof, so we can just click on that button there to go ahead and open it up. You'll see it retracts all the way to the back passengers there. Once in the back seats of the X6M now, I'm gonna start off with the amount of room that you have in these back seats. I am 5'10", and I can't complain about any of the room. I have plenty of headroom, plenty of room for my feet and my knees with the front seat set at my height. So while this has a really nice design from the exterior, it has that sloping roof that goes all the way down to the back. There's actually an indentation here to give you a lot more headroom, which is awesome to see. So you're not sacrificing any of that room for your backseat passengers. Moving on to the door panel now, it's what you would expect from the front. You can see all the carbon fiber with the two-tone design, brushed aluminum. It just has a very nice design to it. We also have this manual sunshade, so if you'd like to block the sun, you have the option to do that. And then looking at the center here, you have your controls for your backseat passengers. This does have a 4-zone climate control system, so you can easily adjust that for both sides, along with the fan speed, where you'd like the air to go. These are also heated seats, so you have that option. You have a little bit of storage space underneath that, along with a 12-volt, and then you do have a storage bin behind both front seats as well. And then looking at the center armrest here, if you don't have a middle seat passenger, you have a little bit of storage space on the back side. And then there's also a cup holder on the front section here, along with one in each side door. And then just by pulling on this tab here, you can also fold this down, so the back seats have a 40-20-40 split to them. Last up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the rear trunk storage space. This does have a power liftgate, so I'm just gonna use the electronic button up underneath, and it will automatically open up. You have a ton of room in the back with the back seats up. You can see that I have one folded down at the moment, as they do also have the 60-40 split. You can fold these down just by grabbing this latch here, and they will soft close down, providing you with a lot more space. You do have this removable cover, so you can easily just fold that open if you'd like to, and then bring it all the way back, or completely remove it as well. You have some tie-down hooks all around, so you can safely secure any items. And then the floor is also on a gas strut here, so it will automatically open up. You can see the spare tire along with some tools, and you can hide any items here if you'd like to, just to provide a little bit more storage space. And as I mentioned with the power liftgate, you can either close and lock the vehicle, or just close it. All right, so getting the 2021 BMW X6 M Competition out on the road now. I've put a few miles on the vehicle so far, and it's an absolute blast to drive. I really love this Model 2 being mostly black on the exterior, and then we have this tan on the interior, which just makes it pop. It looks very nice against all the other accents. We have the carbon fiber, the brushed aluminum, stitching everywhere. It's a very, very premium feeling interior. Of course, we have leather on the steering wheel, leather on the seats, and everything is just so nice with all the quality and all of the materials. This is a fully loaded X6M, so it also comes with the executive package, which provides you with the soft closing doors. We have that M Sport exhaust, which we'll go ahead and take a listen to now, because that is one of the highlights of this BMW, having that M Sport exhaust. So all I have to do is push on this exhaust note button down below. I'm gonna hit the M mode button as well, which changes the center gauge here, and it also changes your M mode. So we have road, sport, and track, which I did not see earlier. So let's go ahead and downshift to second gear. We are going to come around a turn here and then give it a little bit of gas. Wow. This is crazy how this big of an SUV is that quick. We have the transmission, or the different modes for that, up into setting 3 right now. And right now the transmission is very smooth. You can hardly feel any of those shifts. It just provides you with all that power and none of that drama. I should say there is drama, but it's not, oh man, it's just It's just power. All the power is there, very smooth, and it just wants to keep going up to its top speed. That is phenomenal to see in a vehicle like this. BMW is known to have sports car-like performance in their SUVs. This could be an excellent daily driver for you, and then push a couple buttons and you could theoretically take this out on the track with that track setting that's available, or take this out on some back mountain roads and easily have an excellent performing vehicle. There's hardly any body roll as well. I felt going around some of these turns, it is super planted. But let's move on to some of the other aspects like visibility. For this having that coupe-like design with a steeply raked rear glass, it really doesn't hinder any aspects to your visibility. I can look over my right shoulder, I can look over my left shoulder, and the fact that you have two pieces of glass in the back seat area there just provides you with a little bit more space or a little bit more visibility so you can easily see. And then of course you have your side mirrors, which have a really nice design to them. The upper section does not touch the pillar of the vehicle, so it's really cool. It has that design to it, and this is a comfortable vehicle to drive. I have no complaints with how it's riding so far. It's providing a great ride. I love these seats. I love the fact that you have these adjustable bolsters. So just by holding on that button there, they are moving in right now. And I'm not a very big person, so the fact that you can do that, just give you a little bit more comfort, is very awesome to see, especially if you're on the track or some back roads. You can easily be comfortable and drive this as much as you'd like to. And you can hear those downshifts as well. It's just super fun to drive. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of the 2021 BMW X6 M Competition. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Definitely check out their website. And if you're new to the channel, give the video a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.